These stories are written for adults, yet adults are not what we seem. Adults being children with no sense of wonder, convinced, as we are, that we are fully awake and living our lives in the way that we choose, and so we continue to dream, dreaming of being aware of the world and of all that is real and is true. And such silliness means when our dreams don't go well, we just don't understand what to do being adults, believing that facts are what matter, whilst missing the fact that no matter what happens, facts change, as do I, as do you. Nothing's fixed, all is flux, this is true. And just because you hear these words, I wonder if you sense some deeper meaning stirring here, remembering another way of being before you left simplicity and thought yourself quite separate, a concept, a body, a thing. When you were still mercurial, liquidly unfixed and fully flexible, completely unaffected by the changes in the world. At center then, there yet remains, and always will, a way to be that isn't hard or difficult, completely free from obstacles and absolutely natural, a different way of being who you feel you are today, a deeper way of seeing who you dream into this play. For just below our outer public superficial shell, in quietness, alone, content, at peace, and so, of course, so very rarely noticed, sleeps the dreamer of these dreams, the inner you, who has no face and needs none too, the center and true heart of you, pure consciousness, one single I, a body filled with light in simple bliss. Yes, who you truly are, enough to fill the universe. No need to be surprised, you are no less than this. Something shifts and moves within profound and pleasant slumber. The other half of you, the half of you you never see, your secret half, the dreamer of your waking dreams. Fast asleep and dreaming deeply, just the way that dragons do, purring softly whilst it dreams this dragon dream of you. Breathing deeply, oh so sleepily, dreaming you anew. Deeping sleepily, oh so dreamily, dragon dreams of you. Your dragon is sleeping, your dragon is dreaming, your dragon is dreaming the life you are living. Your dragon is dreaming me saying the words you are hearing. Your dragon is dreaming you now. and all is well, because this is the way that things can become delightful. By simply letting go of all that can't be held, to sink right through this softly velvet sense, dissolving self, become again the gentlest cloud of magical inconsequence, a cloud so soft you wonder how it's possible. You feel this through your skin, throughout your mind, your life, your world, and all that ever was within you and without you. Intriguing sense of seeing something new about this life, a certainty so rarely seen that only unself-conscious mind can understand and know of this. So, understands and knows of this, discounting time. Right through this transformation ticks the clock, symbolic revolution, as the turning of the wheel completes, unraveling between what was, what once you thought was real, now peeled away, unveiled, revealed, one single atom shining out, one tiny dot of light, expands and grows, becomes a glowing pool of radiance, a shining silver circle in the night. The stars are out, the moon is full and oh so roundly beautiful. Slowly rolling waves of softly sparkling luminescence wash the tops of pillow clouds. The air is still, a feeling builds, familiar presence felt. You close your inner eye, and as you do, see now there, from out behind the silver moon, a silhouette appears, a lizard shape with wings outstretched, serenely glides into your view. And yes, you see, of course you do. This is your secret dragon, the other half of you, wondrous mystic beast, the dreamer of your waking world, returns to be with you. And here, now, something very special, precious, rare, remarkable. All certainty in what you thought you were has gone, becomes impossible. Foregoing human form, for this is changing, melting, merging, now becoming something newly ancient. Long forgotten fullness of your dual being now, recalling muscles made for flight engaging, sinews, tendons flexing, skin and flesh are stretching, dragon wings unfolding wide, above, below, and all around you, rising now towards this shining disk in darkest night. You have become your secret dragon, flying back towards this silver sphere, to circle round this gorgeous moon, eclipsing Earth, which in full revolution reappears. You see the world below. Through piercing dragon eyes, you see the way within her spinning atmosphere, to slip between dimensions, so you do. You dip below the clouds to see the earth so close again, but somehow now, in subtle ways, quite different. You recognize the continents, you see the country where you live, but all laid out in unfamiliar ways, divided into smaller regions, each a city, nation, state, unique and wholly sovereign, each complete within itself, each area a royal realm, a castle at its center, sat upon a hill, its highest tower rising tall, on top of which a flag of proclamation claims this being for its own. And so, being drawn within, so much more deeply into this, you see, amongst these endless different individual city-states, a certain one of these, just one, at once reminds you somehow of a fond, familiar, half-remembered world of open joy, a sense of self, unstressed, unbound, unlimited, a circular castle shaped like a crown is now the center of your interest. And so that you can see the secret kept inside this other way of being, the details of this dragon dream, you dragonfly the circle of the hours all around this city, nation, state, allowing you to see by dragon eye the daily life of all who live within this single regency, this royal realm, from early light all through the day and gladly into twilight time. Behold this castle and its land. All is as should be. All is open, nothing hidden. Everyone shall see. A deep and slowly moving river passes through this castle's lands, refreshing inner citadel, allowing life to flourish and develop, to prosper and to grow. Outside these castle walls, see fields of golden grain and orchards bearing many colored fruits. See shepherds with their herds of sheep, see goat herds with their goats, see cattle out to pasture on the green. See, the castle's land is worked in timeless ways, responsibly, respectfully, and reaping what is sown becomes of course, with autumn time, rewarded with just harvest, enough and plenty more to fill the stores, to keep the castle fed and watered, adults, children, cattle, sheep and fowl, throughout the colder, darker winter months, the people never wanting. And on the shortest day, they celebrate unicity. And as you watch this busy life unfold, you see the way the people's days are filled with unself-conscious knowledge of the whole, this individual living form being formed from many parts, who play those parts as one, in unity of purpose, outlook, understanding, and acceptance. All work as one with one another, being one together. So young and old all wear the same relaxed expression of contentment in belonging. One single cord made up from many individual strands, one unit of diversity. And since this is the way we live as one within, this synthesis is just the way this castle lives as one, aware of each and every need, so nothing lies unnoticed, nothing is forgotten, everything gets done in such a way that no part stands alone, a flock of people, shoal of folk, decentralized identity and shared by all in unself-conscious unity, as if there were no one at all at home. And as this day begins to end, you dragonfly through spiral spaces upwards now, around above the castle's highest tower, for you to clearly see the reason for this harmony, to find its source, its origin. You see within the throne room of this once and future royal realm a golden throne unoccupied, besides which sits a wooden stool, topped by purple cushion, on which rests the royal crown. An empty throne, an unworn crown. No sign of royal ruler, king or queen. Elsewhere, missing, absent, gone. Nowhere to be seen. And after having briefly glimpsed this secret state of governance, the sun descends, the moon can shine, this castle sleeps, you dragonfly into the market square below, and gently land, allowing you to see things much more closely as you stand again on human feet. Your dragon wings are disappearing, usual waking human form, now quickly reappearing, just as you were before, and calmly looking all around you, feeling safe within these castle walls. Walking in the moonlight all alone, you can. Explore this sleeping castle undisturbed, noticing these castle stones are old and worn, yet seem so very much alive to you, as if this royal residence and all its people living here together took one singular identity, one living, breathing entity through which you walk, exploring each and every street until, becoming tired, you take your rest inside a barn on warm, inviting hay. You sleep well and deeply now, dreaming of this castle and its people, its secret meaning magically unfolding, knowing this is showing you another way to be, a different way in which you see the root and branch of every type of stress sprouts from one idea only, which could only be self-consciousness. When daylight comes, it only takes a moment to remember where you are. You rise and walk into the streets amongst the people who now see you, greet you, offer you full welcome and acceptance, just as if you are and always were integral to this royal realm and people, sensing now profound and fond connection with this castle and its land and all who live within. Their easy, calm, relaxed and unconcerned demeanor, their attitude to every single thing, and living just like this in perfect peace and happiness. Days turn into weeks and months go by, becoming ever more at one within this simple way of living, and every face you see around you, all of them familiar, as if they were your own. And so, becoming suited to this unattached and unself-conscious way of being, speaks of primal nature written in your bones in such a way that you begin to lose yourself, forget yourself, becoming less convinced you are a concept, body, thing, foregoing thoughts of separation, finding joy in selflessness, complete reintegration, reminding you of childhood days before responsibility, when you were still a living, formless, flowing rush of never-ending energy, undefined and changeable, flexible, adaptable, intimately intertwined within, and so being one with all you found around you, recalling this, reliving this, merging with this castle and its people and its land, fulfilling all good feeling, perfect fit. And yet, and yet, and yet, and yet, there's surely something missing. something that you think should be but oddly isn't. Why you never seem to see or meet the ruler of this royal realm, remembering the throne room, remembering the royal crown. And so, one day, you ask, inquiring as to who the ruler truly is, and where, and what you hear amazes you. For everyone around you now in unison, yes, each and every one, turns to look and point at you and say, "You are." "I am?" you ask, scarcely believing what you're hearing. "Yes," is the immediate reply. "Of course you are. We are your people. The castle and its land are yours. You are the ruler. And all that happens here, all that needs to be done, is done automatically, through us, by you." Which is also clearly why you've never come across the ruler of this place in all your many wanderings. That's because it's you. So, all of this is mine? The crown, the throne, the castle and the land? You ask, a little incredulously. But everybody simply smiles and nods encouragingly. "But," you say, "I truly don't remember ever putting on my royal crown, and I really don't remember doing any ruling." Which is why you feel so very happy and at home here, your secret dragon whispers quietly in your ear. You feel so relaxed and carefree because here you don't wear your crown, and so no ruling is required because everything that needs done here happens naturally, by itself, without any single part of you needing to self-consciously take control. No call to fret or worry whether or not something will be done, or whether or not it will be done well. And then, in fullest confirmation of what your dragon has just told you, all of your people gather in a circle around you and recite in one voice, "All is well within the kingdom when the throne remains unoccupied, the crown remains unworn, a natural fulfillment of the many complex functions of a living, thriving state, an interwoven synthesis of energies in harmony, flexible in attitude, adaptable in policy, artful in diplomacy, and moving with the cycle of the seasons and the times, and all of this appropriately effortless because impersonal authority through unself-conscious unity arises of itself in just the way that flowers blossom, heather blooms, and angels look the other way. No need for their protection when the throne remains unoccupied, the crown remains unworn. And all of this, quite evidently so. And as the recital comes to an end, each one turns to another, laughing loudly, laughing happily, laughing as one, returning now to their natural roles. And whilst contemplating all of this, you think you see the sense in this, believe you understand, yet still, of course, you want to know, you want to try, you want to see for certain that all of this is really so, and so you do. You climb the spiral staircase of the castle's central tower, which leads you to your royal throne room. At first, you look out through the windows, out across a landscape made from peaceful grace and beauty. All is as should be. All is open, nothing hidden. Everyone can see. So heavenly in aspect, so delightful to your senses, so calming to your mind that you almost forget why you came into this room. Remembering, you turn away from this divine outlook. You approach the throne, turn around, and sit down, now carefully lifting the surprisingly heavy crown, but you manage to place it, though a little squint, upon your royal head. But now you are enthroned and crowned, and this is not how you had thought that this might be. Immediately realizing that this is the most uncomfortable chair you've ever had beneath your royal derriere. This is not what you were thinking, no. The crown itself is dull and heavy and honestly quite painful, yes, to wear, the jewels with which it's adorned being sharp and dangerous, and all at once, just like a broken charm, heaven splits, your world turns inside out. No longer are you blissfully as one within this living, breathing entity, this cord made up from many strands, this flock of people, shoal of folk, decentralized identity, as shared by all, in unself-conscious unity. All of that is gone now, as the seeds of strife are sown. And every face you see around you, none of them familiar, none of them your own. Quickly now, the royal throne room fills with agitated faces, bringing royal business, looking for precise instruction, asking you to sign, permit, approve, and give advice, decide on every single thing arising now, today, tomorrow, all the days forever after, this and that, and yes, of course, the other, and after this, another other, more and more and more and more, until your ears go numb. No longer hearing pleading voices, looking through the windows, but no more do you see your heavenly realm, for all is falling into disarray. There's an army at the border, ready to invade. There are storms on the horizon. You see chaos in the fields. The outer walls are crumbling now, as illness threatens all from poisoned wells. Why is this happening to me? You ask in quavering voice. Your dragon whispers in your ear. You were curious about your crown. You wanted to see what it was like were you to put it on. You wanted to take control. You did. And now you know. The only reason you might want to wear your crown is when you want to change things so the world suits only you, with every part agreeing and accepting what you think, seeing things exactly as you do, to be in charge, to take the wheel. But all of this, it's always cataclysmic, yes, quite as catastrophic as that sounds. For when you try to take control from nature's easy sway, chaos comes to spoil it all, takes up royal residence, unbearable self-consciousness, and throws all joy away. You have made yourself into a thought, a concept, a symbol of yourself as object, through which you try to see the world. So all those things that happened of themselves have stopped. Now you are the ruler. Now you are the head of state. Now you are self-consciously in charge of your own fate. But, you ask, how does everything get done so effortlessly if I, the royal ruler, never wear my crown, never sit on my throne, and never do any ruling? It works so well here because you never wear your crown, because you never sit on your throne, and because you never try to do any ruling. In your normal, daily waking life, you try to wear your crown every minute of the day, desperately trying to be in conscious control of every single thought, action, feeling, how you look, how you feel about each and every tiny little detail of your life, frantically trying to notice everything that you think needs noticing, feverishly trying to get every job finished, trying to second guess both the future and yourself, and all the while trying to appear as if you are pellucidly calm and knowing exactly what you're doing. But that's just how life is, you reply. If I didn't try to control everything in my life, I'd never get anywhere, and my life would become a complete circus. And your waking life generally goes like a dream, does it? Asks your dragon, raising one eyebrow disbelievingly. So what can I do, you ask, seeing no way forward. Well, here in this dragon dream, you can get up off your throne and take off your crown. Immediately, you grasp your now unwanted crown and lift this from your head. And the very instant that you do, the pressure drops. All of your ministers' faces resume their calm and competent expressions, no longer in need of any instruction. They turn away and leave the throne room, returning to their respective functions easily, readily, naturally, competently. And, as you can see, now you are no longer crowned, no longer claiming to be the symbolic controller of this city-state, this royal realm. Everything returns to blissfully easy living again. You feel truly relieved, yet still somehow able to say, well, I don't think I could live like that in waking life. Did you ever try? Your dragon asks. Well, no, but I've never lived like that before. Oh, but you have. When? I don't seem to remember. When you were very small, before you made yourself into a thing, before you took your name and form, imagining that that was all you were, forgetting you are everything. Just like it being within this dream, before you wore your crown, when you were still the world that you experienced, when everything was you, when nothing got you down, when you were still a living, flowing, formless rush of never-ending energy, undefined and changeable, flexible, adaptable, intimately intertwined within, so being one with all you found around you, before your world was split in two, and you became a single thing. So, how does one do it? One doesn't. One doesn't do anything. That's the point. You don't have to. Were you to just trust yourself enough to know you have the skills you need already, fully and self-consciously, and should you ever need to learn some more, you will, quite naturally. The less you try to play the starring role, to take the reins, and consciously control each little detail of your life, the more you get to live it. Because, as you know very, very well, when you do try to take complete control of everything, life becomes a constant state of agitation. Yet here, inside this dragon dream you dreamt yourself within, you see just how things could be were you to live your life just a little differently. That part of you, that single aspect of yourself, which wants to wear the crown, which always tries to take control, is just one part. It's not the whole. Unknowing, there are countless other parts of you, much better suited for each particular role, one for each your many attributes, one for every single thing you do, an automatic orchestra of unrestricted talent, available and able now to play each part quite flawlessly, quite stresslessly. The thing about the part of you who tries to be in full control is that it can't, in actual fact, do anything on its own at all, other than just fret and worry, get upset and try to hurry everything that could be calm and peaceful. Think back to just a few minutes ago when you were crowned and sitting on your throne, and you gave one of your minister's instructions. Yes, you told your minister what you needed done, but you couldn't do it yourself, could you? You still had to rely on your minister to carry it out properly for you, didn't you? You think about this for a minute, and then are forced to admit you have to agree. And the only reason your minister didn't do it automatically without you asking was that you were wearing your crown, in much the same way that during your waking hours, you only get into difficulties when you become self-conscious, when you imagine yourself as some imperial character, trying to oversee every single thing you think you need to oversee to get done. And yet, the only way to truly understand this is to live this. So please, put down your crown. Let's leave this royal throne room now. Rejoin the rest of you, a seamless slipping back into the all. And so you do descend the stairs again, relieved of tension, stress, and crown, and with it, all illusion of control. Identity unlocked, unfixed, and gladly changeable. You are, again, an unbound, uncrowned entity, where all parts live as one, and life unfolds with heaven's grace, in effortlessly unself-conscious fluency, with nothing left undone. And as you do, you can recall your waking world, your daily life right now, revisiting your habits and your interests, your passions and ambitions, all you know, and sense how things would flourish, how they'd blossom into flower, how they'd grow. Were you to live uncrowned again, becoming one with all your parts, simply let things flow.